Hi, I'm Angela and welcome back to another video. And in this video, I want to talk about how to recognize if you're being overworked. So do you find yourself feeling constantly exhausted, stressed and overwhelmed? Struggling to keep up with your workload and wondering if you're being overworked yourself? So it isn't just about feeling busy all the time. It can lead to serious health issues and impact your overall quality of life, like your relationships, your home life. And recognizing the signs of being overworked is really crucial for preventing burnout and maintaining a good level of mental health as well. So the signs of being overworked, such as, you can't understand why, irritable, and then you get given tasks and it takes you ages to complete them because you just don't have the energy to do it and you don't know why, because last week you were fine. It's important to identify these sort of things early on so that you can manage the stress and avoid long-term health problems, because if things like this get left unchecked, then they really can lead to a massive amount of burnout in later life. So ignoring these signs, it can lead to severe consequences. Like I've said, burnout, anxiety, which I'm sure we've all felt anyway. So, and it can also lead to like physical problems as well. Yes, things like heart disease, the chronic stress constantly all the time can lead to a number of physical health problems as well. So without addressing these issues, your professional performance can suffer significantly, and also never mind the professional part of it, you're suffering. So recognizing the signs that you're being overworked, and when you need to take a break as well, because you can just keep on keeping on and keep on working and working. And particularly, and I know this is something that I've found in the past as well, is when you've got some stressful situations going on at home and you're still trying to think, right, I need to get to work. I need to, I need to carry on working. I have to work because I'm the only income in my household. So there's a tremendous amount of pressure on you to be working constantly, no matter what's going on in your personal life. And that's not healthy. And it has caused me to burn out on a number of occasions because I simply have never had the time to breathe. And then sometimes your body just forces you to, and you have to take a break and you end up very ill. And that has happened to me, and it is not very nice. But had I taken a step back and maybe taken a couple of days out when things were starting to get a little bit too much, then I might have been able to sort of not have that full on complete and utter shutdown of my body when it's telling me, look, I've had enough, I need a break now. And I could have stopped that previously if I'd have been able to recognize the signs. So things to look out for. So constantly tired as well. If you have trouble sleeping, a lot of headaches. There's a lot of physical signs that you get before you hit the final wall. So, and a persistent feeling of being overwhelmed. Now, as a middle-aged woman, this can also come down to hormonal imbalances as well. So things that you could cope with. I know there was a time where there was, I could handle everything, throw it at me. I can do anything. And then there was a time where I was like, oh my God, somebody's asked me to do a presentation and I couldn't even think straight. And it was something that I'd have been able to, like a couple of years before, I'd have just been able to bang out in no time. And then all of a sudden, I felt completely overwhelmed. And was unable to even complete a simple task. And so just recognizing those signs before it gets too far is really, really helpful. So evaluating your workload as well. So just objectively assessing it. So making sure that you haven't got too much for what you can handle. Have you got unrealistic deadlines, too many responsibilities? Do you have a lack of support there? Even if you did bring it up to a manager or to somebody that could help you, have you got the support there that you need, which is really important. If you haven't, then it's a clear sign that you're being overworked, if you're unable to delegate your work or if you're unable to speak to somebody. So again, setting boundaries, establishing clear boundaries between work and personal life, deleting some of the apps or cancelling notifications after a certain time, putting out of office on from hours that you do not want to be working. There's loads of new apps now that I've found in Microsoft Teams that you can use that basically dictate when you are available to be receiving emails and what your working hours are, so that colleagues in, say, other time zones can see that you are only available between you know, the times of say 8 and 5 o'clock, and you can set your out of office before then as well, and just show that you're out of office, you're not available, and this is your personal time as well. Speaking to managers about your workload, they may be able to, you know, if you come to them and you're not and you're a full-time employee, they may be able to redistribute some of the tasks as well, or give you some additional resources as well. There's a lot of companies out there that will help you manage your responsibilities. It's a big thing at the moment, mental health in corporations, and it's definitely something that's been taken a lot more seriously. How seriously depends on the company that you work for, whether they're just doing it to say that they're helping out on mental health and not actually helping your mental health. That'll be for you to decide, and you'll have to make the call on that. And you'll soon find out whether or not they're a sympathetic company when you actually do ask for the help in the first place. And also practicing in self-care. So things that help you relax and recharge. So taking breaks from your desk if there's something, if you're in a particularly stressful work position, being able to take a break from your desk and spending some time away and with different people, not work people. So not talking about work either to other people, just really extracting yourself from that kind of environment and being around sort of family and friends that may not even work in corp, and that might be able to give you sort of a fresh perspective on other things that you could be doing with your time. So that's just another way to practice some self-care and prioritizing your tasks effectively as well. So I used to like using Microsoft OneNote. So to stop me from having that fear the night before, I used to do my task list so that the night when I was finishing off work on Monday, and I still do this now, is I then look at what am I going to do, what am I going to start on the next day, and I'll have a task list that helps me. But I'm very much a list orientated person. Obviously this is down to personal preference. Again, working with somebody professional might be able to help you with what your personal preference is and what works for you, because not everybody likes having lists and thinking about things in advance. But I'm a very structured person. I like to have lists and tasks that I can tick off so that I know that I've completed things. So for me that works, but again, down to individual people on what works for you. So if you know what works for you, it's kind of trial and error as well, and setting effective tasks that work for you. Recognizing the signs of being overworked is the start, because you know, you might just think like, oh no, it's my job, but sometimes people are just being overworked. It's not necessarily just their job. And being mindful of your mental and physical health as well. So identifying indicators like I've mentioned before. So evaluating your workload, setting boundaries, putting your out of office on when you're not working, not answering emails when you're on holiday, seeking support if you can get support, and practicing self-care, prioritizing your tasks and making it work for you. So all of these things that I've mentioned will lead you to having a healthier balance between your work life and your home life, and hopefully help you recognize the signs that you're being overworked. So I hope that helps. As ever, leave some comments below if there's anything else I can help you with, and my inbox is open if you need to speak to me. Thank you very much for watching.